Shalom, shalom, family. This video today is going to be about Black History Month and these flashcards that I bought from Urban Intellectuals. I seen this on Facebook and that's how I found it. And they have several volumes, but this is just volume 1. Okay. And as you can see, I got them all spread out. It's 50 something in each pack. And as you can see, this is number 1, volume 1. And it's the Black Power Fist. And then each card, if you take it and you flip it over, you can see different little attributes, or basically what made the individual, or whatever they're talking about on the front, famous or important. So just like a little more detail on the back. As you can see, it's the name of the athletes: Tommy Smith, John Carlos. Some of these people I'm very familiar with. We're going to go through each one, and some of them I'm not. So I broke this out on a Shabbat for me and my family, because the Bible tells us, remember the days of old. We're supposed to ask about our past and our ancestors. So for those of you who encounter people who are like, it don't matter, why y'all still talking about that? No matter what ethnicity that person may be, or what nation, let me say that, what nationality, because a lot of our people have the same type of response. But, and this is just a quick scan of all of them, but I'll go through each one. As far as the front, the back, we're not going to read every little detail, but there are a couple interesting ones I do want to kind of highlight. So this is a quick scan of all of them, and then we'll go in depth on each one, but just kind of going through them. So this is why we do this. This is why we care. This is why we're still talking about these, because we're instructed to biblically, So that's the answer. Why y'all talking about slavery? Why are we doing Black History Month? And I'm not saying we're supposed to kiss the nations behind for Black History Month, but let's take the time and do what the Bible says. Consider the days of old. So that's number 1. Number 2, we have Angela Davis. I know everybody's probably familiar with her. Number 3, Obama. Benjamin Banneker. We have Bessie Coleman. Let's make sure we can see Bessie. The first Black Cowboys. Can you believe that? Black Cowboys. I know a lot of us know about Black Wall Street. This has been the talk of the town lately. The wicked, unrighteous acts of our oppressors in in the other nations, the Gentiles. This is one to definitely teach the children about if you haven't already. Bob Marley, very, very famous in Ghana and everywhere. Carter G. Woodson. Claudette Colvin. Okay. Now, we're in the teens. Dick Gregory, a young Dick Gregory. I had never seen him this young. I was so shocked that this was Dick Gregory. All right. Elijah McCoy. Elijah Muhammad. Fannie Lou Hamer. Francis Welsing. Haile Selassie. And I said it that way because that's how the Rastas in Ghana say it. So we learned about Haile Selassie in Ghana. I didn't know anything about Haile Selassie before I lived in Ghana, and I learned a lot about him. The Haitian Revolution. Let's remember to pray for our brothers and sisters in Haiti. We all know the Bill and Hillary Clinton Foundation, along with many others, committed wicked acts of unrighteousness in regards to all the money and the funding that people sent for our Haitian brothers and sisters. So let's remember to keep them in our prayers. We know they off dealing with all kind of witchcraft and juju and stuff, but we still supposed to pray for our nation, for our people. Harlem Renaissance. I know a lot of us seen like old movies and films, even though this was before our time, but I know a lot of us know about New York and the Harlem days when our people just kind of just wanted to have a good time, Huey P. Newton, a young Huey P. But we all, and you know what? A lot of these cards, I think Huey may be the one. They keep it real on some of these, because is this the one? One of these tells you, one of our elders here, because I went through the whole pack, it tells you that the government, maybe it's Medgar Evers, but it tells you the government, that the president at that time put a hit out on him to be assassinated. It's truth in this, which is why I'm doing this, because it's truth on the back of these cards. Ida B. Wells. So we're in the 20s. Ivan Sertima. Forgive me if I don't screw somebody's name up if I ain't pronounced it right. Don't be the pronunciation police. James Baldwin. John Baptiste Point de Sable. I guess French. Joanne Higginbotham. I want to research this sister when I get some spare time, because we all know the NASA deception and the space deception and all of that, them lies. So I'm curious about our people who got caught up in that. But anyway, John Henrik Clark, John Horace, Jomo Kenyatta, Kwame Nkrumah. I'm going to stay on Kwame for a minute because I learned about him living in Ghana. Not to be the dead horse, but that year we spent in Africa changed our lives. It's part of us now. So it's going to be said probably in random videos all throughout our channel. But he basically, he's actually on the money, as a matter of fact. I should grab, because we brought some money back with us, but he's on the money. But Kwame Nkrumah is a hero in Ghana. He is a big deal, okay? Prime Minister, President, helped organize Pan-African Congress, declared the independence of Ghana from the UK in 1957. Do you see that? 1957. 1957, Ghana got their freedom. 1957, and I'm staying on that for a minute because I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. 1957, Ghana got its independence from the UK. 1957. Okay. Does that do anything for anybody? This is when the United Kingdom backed up off and let left it alone to an extent. Don't get it twisted. It's a strong European presence in Ghana, in Accra, in the capital, anywhere where we were, especially in Osu, the higher, the upper class areas and neighborhoods, East Legon, West Legon, all of those areas in Accra, there is still a heavy European presence. So that's just interesting because, some people in America, especially our brothers and sisters that sleep, they celebrate 4th of July, not realizing that was America's independence from Great Britain. We weren't independent. But that was, what year was the 4th of July? I forget the year. 1776, when America got its freedom. Thank you. But this says Ghana got his in 1957. That says a lot about the control of the other nations in the African continent. All right, Madam CJ. I know we all know her, and she's someone that I guess we kind of admired when we were younger in our ignorance, but now we realize, yeah, the sister was a millionaire and an inventor, but at the cost of our integrity, our morals, our values with those chemicals. I ain't knocking you if you using chemicals. I'm asking you to educate yourself. Educate yourself about the chemicals in those relaxers and in those perms. But I ain't gonna knock Madam CJ, but we all know what that did to us, and it's 2018. You understand? But hey, our sister made all kind of let's just flip over Miss Walker here. She made all kind of history. Self-made millionaire. Made her fortune by developing and marketing a line of beauty and hair products for Black women. Women's Hall of Fame in Seneca, New York. All right. Well, that's Madame CJ. Moving on. Maggie Lena Walker. We all know Brother Malcolm. Marcus Garvey. We all know our brother Garvey. Black Back to Africa movement, Pan-African. We all know that. Martin Delaney. And if there's somebody on here you're not familiar with, order a pack. For this pack, plus shipping, it was under $20 to get this pack of cards sent to me, paying for it and shipping. It was like 19 and some change. It was literally 20 bucks for this. And this is an excellent conversation piece. This is excellent for just, like I said, sometimes during the Sabbath, we don't sit and read the Bible all day. We break up, we do different things. So I pulled these out one Shabbat and we went over them. And some people who we didn't know too well, we got to know them. And some of our brothers and sisters, our ancestors, I still need to get to know a little better. Okay. Did I say Mary McLeod Bethune? If not, Matthew Henson. Medgar Evers. I want to flip Medgar over because I think he is the one where they actually tell you that the president... Is this the one? His murder and resulting trials inspired civil rights. Okay, no, it just say he was murdered by Byron De La Beckwith, a member of the KKK. So they know exactly who killed Medgar Evers. I wonder if Byron got any time. But I forget, there was one person who they said that the government, that particular president at that time set up the assassination, which I thought was interesting for them to admit that on the back of these cards. But then again, maybe they wouldn't, or not that they would admit it on the back of these cards, but I'm surprised that's public information. But, knowledge is being increased and what's done in the dark coming to the light. Praise the Most High. Montgomery bus boycott. I'm sure we all know about that. The Moors. Very interesting. Very interesting. Muhammad Ali. A young Muhammad Ali. All right, we winding on down. Nat Turner. If you haven't seen Birth of a Nation, you should. Nina Simone. Beautiful sister. Look at them features. Just as beautiful as can be. Noble Drew Ali. The Omelex have their own card. Look at that nose. Look at those features. Paul Robinson. Let me see if he the one. I really want to see that one. No. Barred by the U.S. State Department from renewing his passport to travel abroad. Look at how they'll do it. Look at how they'll do you. But you an American citizen and you got the right to freely travel. Okay. Sound like to me this was the precursor to the no-fly zone stuff. No-fly list. This sound like the precursor to that. Patrice Lumumba. Oh, excuse me. Patrice Lumumba. He's the one. I knew I remember reading that and it blew my mind. In 2013, the United States of America admitted President Eisenhower authorized his assassination. Let me beam in. In 2013, the United Snakes of America admitted President Eisenhower authorized the assassination of Patrice Lumumba. Let's just take a minute and look at our brother. They admitted it. So how can anybody stand and justify this country? You live by the sword, you die by it. Woe to those that build a town on bloodshed. They admitted it. So somebody want to say, it don't matter. Why y'all still talking about this? We don't want to forget Black History Month. They give us the shortest month of the year. Remember the days of old. We are instructed to remember the days of old. And the truth got to come to the light. Look at this. America, the president authorized an assassination. Now, how can you, anybody who want to continue to justify anything here, you just a fool or wicked. All right, moving on. Let me calm down. Percy Julian. But remember, I told y'all, I remember reading this, and it just really blew my mind. But anyway, I shouldn't be surprised by this evil. Percy Julian. Queen of Sheba. I know us Bible believers are familiar with this woman. Redlining got its own card. Let me touch on redlining. Practice of marketing or marking a red line on a map to delineate an area where banks would not make loans. Most frequently discriminated areas were black inner city neighborhoods. Y'all see that? It refers to the denial of services based on racial or ethnic composition. Redlining is illegal, but come on. Banks would often lend to lower income whites, but not middle and upper income blacks. So you can be about your money, black folks, but what do it say? Banks would not often lend to middle and upper class blacks, but a lower class white, they can get it all. And we see that all the time. A trailer park, what they call themselves, trailer park trash white person, they don't have the issues we have. And we upper middle class black folks. But we ain't fooled. We know what it is. So, knowledge is power. You know what it is. You know how to deal. But I'm just saying that money can't. And y'all know the stories. Oprah went somewhere and got denied whatever she was trying to buy. Y'all know that money don't pay. Not always. Rube Foster, Shirley Chisholm. And let me touch on Shirley real quick because I remember learning about her. But she was the first African-American woman elected to the U.S. Congress, and she was the first African-American candidate for a major party's nomination for president. I remember hearing people say she was president and all kind of, how stuff get passed on. It get all dicey. But yeah, she was nominated for president in 1972. So it's worth a buy, Maybe since I'm doing a in-depth on volume 1, maybe somebody else grab volume 2 and do volume 2. I don't know. But I just wanted to show this. I didn't buy these with the intention of making a video, Dr. Ben. But I just thought it was interesting and I wanted to support this business. And I didn't even research it. I pray it is a black business. You never know. But I just happened to be on Facebook for some odd reason because I don't Facebook, but I seen these cards and I was just like, I want them. Something was like, grab it. Less than $20. And then Zumbi dos Palmares, he's the last one in this particular set. So just go back up to the top and do a quick scan of all of the cards. So as you can see, there's a lot of attributes and different accomplishments of the generations before us. And why not look at them and acknowledge them? It's not saying we kissing the nations behind. It's just saying, it's just like you. If your grandmother did something historic, you can't talk about it. You can't talk about it during Black History Month. Why we can't talk about the accomplishments of our ancestors? They do. They got their family history. Some of them can go back to some real ancient times. But when we do it, we racist, we going crazy. We black identity extremists. We got too much black pride. Come on. You can't be proud of your ancestors. Well, my Bible say, cursed be the man that trusts in man. So I'm going to go with the Bible. And the Bible say, consider the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. So why not? Even if they was off. Even if they didn't have the truth. Even if they made something that we look at now like, that wasn't necessarily what it should have been. But, the Most High, he winked at us in our ignorance. So we got to kind of be patient and long-suffering with each other and deal with each other at the state we're at. I'm not going to not speak on this brother because he repping a different religion, The Most High Christ, when he returns, he going to set everything straight. We'll have the one true doctrine then. We'll all know what's what. But for now, let's consider the days of old like we've been instructed to. So again, and I did do a review because I really enjoy these cards. So thank you, Urban Intellectuals, for your time and effort you guys put into your product because we really enjoyed it. So That's just a look into the past, our ancestors and their accomplishments, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you again, brothers and sisters, for viewing our videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video. Please don't forget to share. Because these are very interesting. Like I said, 20 bucks. And they have a lot of volumes. I mean, they have tons of cards. So you can really, you know, add this to your repertoire, to your learning. All right, brothers and sisters. Shalom.